hit the button, Mark?
No, the other button.
There it goes.
Oh, he's still live. Okay.
Hello.
Let's just do it, Matt.
Matt.
Oh, he's frozen. Freeze frame.
Oh, he dropped.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my fault. He didn't like being made fun of.
No, it's not your. It was a group effort. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hang on. Make sure I didn't get a message from him. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Old Gray Bricks. Entertainingly Lame is here with us in the chat there. Hello. Hope more of our friends will be joining us. We had more here. We had communications issues with our friend in Pennsylvania and our friend in north east of town. He may be trying to. Oh, there's Matt. There, he's back.
Am I moving without glitch?
Oh yeah, and he fixed it.
You're much better.
Awesome. Okay.
Don't worry, it'll break in about 10 seconds.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're both streaming at my house. My husband has this book group, and so he's in the next. So the internet's probably got smoke coming out of it downstairs or something. So
Sounds like fun.
We should get the kitties to run on the wheel.
that's true.
Generate some more internet.
We should. They are guest starring. They're making a guest appearance at book club. So
Just replace your power source with like you on a bicycle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Heard somebody popping back in. Oh no, could it be?
Oh,
cool. Is he alive? He's a myth, a legend.
Somebody's alive?
Is this
He's
the
cool.
Jedi leader or the gypsy trader guy?
Oh.
I think that's just his video for today.
It's the ghost.
Oh, and then Martin like popped in and then popped out in the green room here. What is going on? Anyway,
It's the ghost of chats past.
maybe that is. There's a problem in the timeline. We're getting echoes of folks. Well, it's good to have everybody here. Thank y'all for joining us for our messy Monday. It feels like almost trying to get back in the groove. It's hard to believe it's the last of July. If my son was in high school, he would be starting school tomorrow, but he's not. So there he is. Wait,
Coming to us from the far side of the galaxy.
there.
Does he realize that he's lying?
My computer's acting funky.
You're here though.
I am. I may have to drop and come back.
That
That's
sounds like
good.
July, but
Well, it's the end of July.
it's almost like you haven't used this equipment in a long time. And
No, I updated something today I updated my OS and then everything now seems to be freaking slow. So that could be the problem.
Sounds like an upgrade.
If only you knew a computer guy at your house.
Yeah, I hate when I don't know a computer guy. All right, so I think things have evened out. Am I supposed to be on the big screen?
you're not anymore.
You sound?
Do you want to
Are
be?
you lagging? You sound fine.
I sound all right. All right, maybe it's just catching up. Now everything's still glitchy. Everybody else is all glitchy.
If only
Hey,
we
what?
had a pre-show period to work on these things.
Well,
Rich just said that StreamYard is acting funky too. So
It could be StreamYard, it could be my laptop, it could be a couple of different things. Could be internet connection for all I know. Who knows?
Or just blame it all on me.
We'll blame it on Paul.
Yeah.
All right, we can blame it on Paul. And speaking of, let's go to Paul and say hello. Hello, Paul. It's been a while. How are you? How are you doing this evening?
I'm alive. I'm good. Been just
And with that
Huh?
I said, and with that ringing endorsement, I'm alive.
Yeah. Hold on, let me check. Yeah. I'm alive. No, I've just been working a lot. Been trying to. Someone donated a whole bunch of dirty Lego to me, and I've been organizing and sorting it and getting ready to put it into my Lego store. And that's really all I've been up to. Haven't had a chance to do really anything else.
Are we sure there's not a show around called Dirty Lego? There has to be. mean,
I might turn
Will be
that
by this time tomorrow.
I did for fun on because I know I'm like the only person here on TikTok. I thought it'd be funny to because someone made a comment about like needing Lego therapists. And I'm like, where's my hat? Okay, I'll do that. So I've already made a few videos. I already changed it to brick therapist just for fun, but I've been giving advice and stuff like that. And I thought, and it's actually got me a few followers, and I thought it was fun. So
cool.
I dig it.
That's all I've been up to.
Look, and we want also welcome Rich's Chin. All right, there we are. Hello, Rich's Chin. How are you?
Hey, sorry about that. I hit back once too much.
I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
I was going to show you my my Scala dream house.
I'm going to try.
Okay.
So it's a Scala girl in a Lego world.
Here at your German town.
He's losing connection again.
And he froze.
No.
How's that? You still got me?
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay. I like it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had.
Uh-oh.
I think
He
he
had.
He froze.
Oh no! It was the time to do it. That was.
Moto.
Hey, Moto. All right, we'll check back in with Rich when his connection. Oh, there he's back. All right, Rich, give us a quick tour of your abode.
Oh, I'm packing for Brick Fair, but yeah, here is the display.
Nice.
That actually functions with a Micro Scout, Mindstorm's Micro Scout. The light comes on behind it. It goes. There's me packing.
That's a big building.
Yes. Here are my things flying in the air.
Hey, Martin.
Here's
Slow
my
down, man.
here's
Slow
my
down.
yard. Oh, sorry. Am I making you dizzy?
A little bit.
Wakanda forever.
It's like Toby Maguire has been in your house.
Yes, it's a real web. I had to move these things so I could get to the window because we have a film crew in the neighborhood doing filming things.
Are you going to be in a
My
movie?
pile of shame. No. But my building is. And lots of parts of my house.
Wouldn't John Denver have been around during the time that they're filming that movie?
No. And here's my collection for those who haven't seen it before.
Wow, that's awesome.
Is this the large parts room or the small parts room? I can't remember.
This is the complete parts room.
Oh,
The complete parts.
is that Sesame Street carpet?
Yeah. Well, it's pad.
Oh,
Play
but
pad
still.
for kitties.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Keep my feet safe. Here's all my things for Christmas. And I'm bringing my 2 Sesame Street modular modifications to Brick Fair this year. So if you come to Brick Fair, you can ask me about my Sesame Street.
Ask me about my Sesame Street.
That actually sounds
You
kind
can
of
ask me. You can ask me how to get to Sesame Street.
sweet.
There we go. I just got to pack up a couple more things. I'm going to try to change my camera back to normal without, disconnecting myself.
Okay.
Again.
I might need a Dramamine. I'm okay though.
Just because you see those video sets on the screen, right? That's why you need a drone. I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a really good mock of a bottle of water. That's impressive.
Oh,
I
finger.
know, isn't it? It's great.
There he is.
There I am. There we go. And I didn't disconnect myself. Yay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Brick Fair tomorrow. Hope to see everybody who might be watching that they're coming. Moto, you're not coming to Brick Fair?
Hello. All bricks count. Hello. I don't think any of us in this group are going to Brick Fair, Virginia. No.
No.
I would love to, but can't.
Yep. So make sure you say hey to Nick and Dan and all those guys up there for us and everything. All right,
will,
Captain
I will.
Xavier, what's up in your Lego world, buddy?
Not a whole lot. I've not had nearly as much time up here as I would like, partly because it's hot up here. I've been continuing my relentless army building. Of my 24 castle factions, only 4 of them are still under 100 units. So
Wow.
I'm getting there, and they're all at 80 or above. And I think all the parts have been ordered to get them. But I've got I have helmets for days,
Okay, now I'm jealous.
but I lack torsos, and I'm running out of legs, arms, hands, everything else. My army is becoming increasingly heretical, and I make no excuses for that. For instance, these are
Speaking of dirty Lego,
Wait, Red Dragons?
oh yeah,
Prototype or?
no, Chinese knockoff.
Okay.
They also come in yellow
There you
and
go.
green and black. I'm hoping they'll come out with blue because I want blue. I've got red translucent wings now, so that's a thing.
Mhm.
Nice.
And yeah, ended up with unexpected Teutonic Knights.
your mom's a Teutonic Knight.
Probably, I wouldn't put it past her. My sig fig is coming together beautifully.
Is it in the Dream set where there's a new Knight's helmet or something like that? Was that the Dream sets that has that guy?
No, this again, non.
No, not that guy. But there's a new Knight helmet in a new set I saw somewhere.
I like that. It's amazing.
There is?
What? Somebody find
Hang on.
show me the thing. I want to see the thing.
I have to go digging. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Talk
Somebody hit the
amongst
buttons.
yourself.
No,
Yeah,
we're
finally
gonna.
got my favorite medieval pole arm for my sig fig. I actually used to have one of these when I fought in armor, and a warhammer. So
It's a black helmet. I know if it's new.
No, that's a standard helmet, Matt.
Yeah.
Or Dana, sorry.
That's all I know.
I saw a new Castle helmet in an odd set that wasn't Castle that would that would be a great Castle helmet. And
Yeah,
there
I think
was
Dreams. I think you're right. I like that new Dream set. I think the series looks amazing.
yeah. I'm continuing. Y'all continue to talk.
Oh, he's got the wabbit.
I got the Bunchi. The Bunchi's cool. The
I want to
Oh.
get a turtle, and I need to get the shark pirate ship.
I got this guy.
Oh, he looks cool too.
Z-Blob. Z-Blob. It was a tough
Yeah.
call. Because you already had the Z-Blob, I went with the Bunchi because I'm going to wind up getting them both. But
Here's the problem though: is these joints and these newer they're very floppy after you play with them just a little bit. So
I'm not saying that.
really, we're going
we have lots of problems.
to put that out there like that.
I don't know what that means. Y'all can do with it what you want, but
Again, you're not helping.
if he's trying to get him, never mind.
He's helping enough.
But this is a great. I mean, I'll go ahead and say it. It's a great set. The $20 sets, like the bunny thing that you got, and this are great parts packs. And the pieces are cool. They feel like $20 sets. The bag 3 is like an option for you to build one thing or the other.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been hard in these $20 sets for them to just go ahead and let you build them both. which is kind of a bummer. But still, I like
There's
it.
not a whole lot of pieces to make that you got to take from one to the other.
What is? It looks like Gleek or one of the from the Herculoids.
It's Z-Blob. It's a Dreams pencil.
Oh, where'd you get that?
And- at Brixton the 6th, and we also got a time turner thingy that actually
Whoa.
does. It is
I was gonna
actually
say, it
a,
looks like you stuck his
What
pencil
the-
up his
it is actually
nose.
I
ton
want
of-
that so bad.
What the what?
cool, eh?
I want one.
I need one of those.
Give me.
Okay.
Lego Canada supplied it to our convention, so I'm assuming that some of the other Lego, like maybe some of the other shows, will have it as promo material. But this is just adorable.
It is cool.
That is
the,
pretty
the,
cool.
Le- the Lego piece is really cool too. It's just
There you go. Just
oh, that's
Z-Blob.
awesome.
Yeah.
The Lego bit is cool too. It's very neat.
Nice.
Yep.
But that's the
Yeah.
big Z Blob head.
Yeah,
I
there's
think there's
cool.
supposed to be a smaller Z Blob too.
Yeah, there's like a little. It's like just a dome piece, I think, in the train screen.
Mm.
One of those
That's
small,
cool.
the old latent sound type domes, but with the pin in it. So
Cool. Well, one of the nice things about this, since the rest of the joint is circular and you can angle things, you can put all the click it little hinges things. You don't have to have one like, remember the old construction nights where you had one hip that was gray and one hip that was the color of the night.
Yeah.
These spin around and you can keep the right color forward, which is
Oh,
which
that's
is really
cool.
oh, okay.
So
Hip, hip,
so they're-
hooray. Hip,
Are they actually
hooray.
2 pieces now?
do what now?
Are they 2 pieces?
Yes.
Okay.
That same system, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna continue to look for this helmet for Captain Xavier. Jeff, what is up in your world?
Well, I just showed all the cool stuff. No, not a lot. I'm still recovering. Well, recovering from doing Bricks in the 6 a couple of weeks ago. But I did start this week with taking my castle, and it took like a day and a half to put my castle up. So and a lot of that was placing the figs on the layout. So I'm now basically segmenting the pathways in my spiral castle so I can actually pull them off. And what I would plan to do then is to have all of them already figged, and just in a box, so that when I go to put that piece of the castle in, I can just place that piece on top and all the figs will already be there. That's my goal, which means I'm going from tan brick to tan plate, which is going to maybe be an issue in a couple of weeks when I run out of tan plate, but we'll see what happens. So that's what I've been doing. Also from Bricks in the 6, we got a little torso for Bricks in the 6, and all the parts for the Purple Spaceman except for the actual Classic Space logo part. But we all got an air tank and helmet, and then the legs
Nice.
and a Blacktron dude too. So we had a little goodie bag, and it had a bunch of the cool new parts that were in the Speed Champion sets, like that little 1x1 by 2/3 half round thing with the stud on the side. I think that's the official name, but I'm not sure. I think you know what I mean. But I could grab one to show, but I'd have to go grab it. You know that new 1x1 like tombstone shaped piece with the stud on the side? It's just silence. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, the new
But-
Swiss Army the Swiss Army piece.
Sure.
Yeah,
if that's
because
what
you
we're calling
can
it.
do so much with that new piece.
Yeah. We got a bunch of those in our goodie bag, and some of the new fern pieces and things like that. So it was quite
Okay,
an interesting goodie bag.
I popped up and I looked and I saw David St. Cyr. This is his comment as I look back because I was on another
I know,
tab.
look
Like,
good.
what the heck is he saying? And he's talking about dreams. He's not talking about us.
Oh wow. Jeez. He was invited to join us last week, and now he's saying it's a boring show.
Yeah, right.
Wow, man.
Jeez.
Wow.
All right, I can't find that helmet. I'll have to,
This one's for David Sincere. Tabernacle. There. Anybody in
that-
Canada.
is that some Canadian cuss word or something? I don't know.
It's a French Canadian cuss word.
Did you guys have coitus last week too?
What?
What? No, David Cowdice was not online with us. And David Sincere and I did not have yeah, whatever. I can't
Dana's
even say
making
this
up for lost youth from the.
No, when I was in Chicago, I made a new friend, and he is friends with Simon and Dave, and
You met yeah.
Yeah. So he told me that he had mispronounced his name as Coitus one time, and for now it's always going to be Coitus. And
At Bricks in the Six, Dave Cowdice won the Best in Show or whatever the only award that they gave out,
Right.
and he continuously called him Coitus, or I can't even say the word now.
Coitus.
Coitus. He kept on calling him Coitus every single time he said his name, and he purposely said his full name like 5 or 6 times, and it was just like, oh, yeah, he's a character.
Yep. Canadians.
Oh, is that better or worse than David Zool? I think that's a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think it's worse. I definitely think it's worse.
It's definitely worse.
He's heard it all through grade school though and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's either that or Cooties.
Cooties.
David Cooties. Yeah.
Meow.
I'm not going to give the examples of the slaughters that my name has been through. So
I get you.
We got a preview at Brickworld last year.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, when we were coming up for names for Jake, Mel was really about the name Tucker, and I'm like, do not name my child Tucker. And she's like, why? I said that is one letter away from it being a horrific playground experience. And she goes, what? And I explained it and finally had to tell her, boys won't do that. I'm like, they'll do that in the hospital, in the nursery. What do you think?
Boys will say pucker. What?
Yes, that's exactly what they did.
When the Mighty Ducks came out, the NHL had to put out a thing saying, please make sure you check the spelling of ducks so that it's not Mighty else. And yeah.
Well, imagine being at First. They don't call it this, but there is First Baptist Church Kennesaw, FBCK. It is very, very close. They don't use that. They never have. Although they've been at KFBC, which is a lot like chicken. But anyway, so yeah. But
every time I was like posting from Bricks in the Six, I was doing voice to text, and every time it came out as Bricks in the Sex, and I'm like,
well, now I'm definitely going to need to come.
Can I just be straight up? Is you call it Bricks in the Six, and that means the six means the behind you, right? I mean, your six is your rear.
Sure.
So it's bricks in your rear.
So no, but I mean, for us, it's like Toronto. Drake famously called Toronto the Six because the 6 suburbs that amalgamated. So in one of his songs, he called Toronto the Six. So I guess Torontonians have taken that name up as another representation for our city, and not my city, but their city. And I mean, it makes sense. Like if you're looking for an event name, Bricks in the Six works because like anybody that knows it knows where it's from, right? Or anybody that.
The problem with that is no one from outside Toronto knows what it means, so we have to explain it to literally everybody. So that's a little bit of a problem.
I'm not arguing with that fact. I'm just saying for a show name, it made sense for the local lug to call it that.
We're all huge Drake fans in the chat. Just see.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Let's go to Matt here to see how your internet is doing. Here we go. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Hello. I've got a Monkey Kid set, but I think I'll save that for Thursday. So we'll do a little preview. I built a Monkey Kid East Palace, and I was actually, once again, I'm reminded that when Lego owns its own IP, that the designers are here to have extra time to build stuff. And there's just a lot of really well thought out elements of that build. And the same thing when I built Ninjago City sets, and I think they have a longer runway to go from design to marketplace, and that extra time just results in a better build quite frequently. So we'll walk through that on Thursday unless we have some other guests. But I am still sorting. The summer sort grinds on. One of the things that I've done is behind me. Every once in a while, like you find a way to repurpose something. So this is previously was the the Costco cashew container, but I was like, this is kind of a nice little storage thing. So I've gone through 2 of these already. So there's a third glass container of cashews. So as the cashews continue to get eaten, and they are a favorite at our house, I will continue to get more of these little glass storage containers, which go on the shelf. Yeah, so one thing led to another. So behind me is the closet of the Lego room, and this thing was absolutely packed with boxes. And so there was a big reorganizational effort. All my slopes are now in there. So the space, the Lego room has not increased, and the number of Lego parts continues to grow with each bulk lug and parts draft at a convention. And so every summer after bulk lug comes in, there's the, oh crap, where is this gonna go? So there is the summer sort plus the annual, oh crap, where's all the bulk lug gonna go? And there's been moving, shifting, and trying to reorganize things. But in the process of pulling things out of the Lego closet, pun intended, we found some 9-volt track, which I forgot that I had gotten in a purchase, and just some fun sets. So like I have the Avengers helicarrier that needs to be reconstructed. I haven't built it since I moved into this house 6 years ago. So there's going to be some projects that are going to get built and put on the shelf, but we're still kind of figuring out the space. And once we move things around, there will then be the other 6 months, which is after you reorganize your collection and you forget the new place that you put apart, and you look in the old place and you're like, I know I have some of these. And then I know I reorganized them, so they're somewhere in the room, but where I put them in the room is a really good question. So that's the next phase once the sorting and the reorganization happens. Oh dear, am I glitching?
That was great. The sound is perfect. You sound great. It's just, yeah.
Okay. The video is not. Okay. All right, I'll stop talking.
You're like 2 frames a decade kind of going on there. So no, your talking was fine. I promise.
Watching one of the kung fu movies.
Both of us are streaming at the same time, so our internet's probably, burning up right now. All right. That's let other people talk then.
Let's go with Mr. Sandlin.
Mark and I had lots of time to talk last week when we were the only 2 people on here half the time.
How are you, Mr. Sandlin?
Good. I'm applying a sticker. I'll be with you in 2 seconds.
2 shakes?
No,
a moment of silence. Let him focus.
Seconds.
3. All right, we're good.
4. Oh, there you go.
Electrons nicely placed.
So, yeah, I got the GWPs with the Lego orders that I made, and whoever packed the box at Lego took the Bionicle GWP and the Blacktron GWP and crammed them in the box next to each other. So this one is bent right there. You can see how it's kind of bent, and the Blacktron got the better end of it because the Bionicle GWP box is completely caved in on one side. So I called Lego and complained at them, and they gave me $25 worth of points, VIP points. So
nice
points. So I was just working on the Blacktron ship here. I fixed the wings that were backwards. I fixed those. So I don't know why they put the wings on backwards in the instructions, but they're fixed now.
You can also take out like there's a bracket or something in there, and it'll let those snug up a little bit better too. I can't remember.
Oh,
something out.
They're okay now because they're on there straight, and they still do the same thing and open the same way. So I don't know why they designed the set to have the wings on there backwards, but okay. So yeah, just working on that, and I built the Temple of the Dragon spheres. I built this. I don't feel like going to get it. It's over there. But I was showed it off on the stream last week when I was working on it. And thank you. Yeah, that's why I carefully did not use that word, but we're gonna play that GIF anyway. It's a weird set because when you turn it sideways, it's like the thing is cut diagonally in half. So it's like you need to buy 2 copies of the set if you want to have a whole building. And I might do that if the thing gets marked down a bit and stuff, and maybe I use coupons or something. Maybe I'll get another copy of it and build.
I did not make that joke. Thank you, Van Winden. I didn't.
What? He said it was just there.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Well, one of them is. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's cool. Jake is kind of wanting that set. Would you recommend that, or was it like,
It is a cool set. It's really pretty. It just feels like it's half of a set. But the build is really interesting. There's a ton of snot work that goes into the tree, and it's a really nice looking set. It's pretty. I'll just get up here. Let me grab it since I'm talking about it.
peer pressure? Woo!
It sounds like the moral of the story is buy 2.
That's right.
Yeah. Long story short, buy 2 of them. But as you can see,
Oh, it is
half of a temple, but it looks really nice from the front. You know, it's a really nice looking set. There's a lot of neat knot work in the tree with these big windshield parts that, you know, the tree looks really nice. I mean, it is a very very nice looking set. The door is cool. It's got like the sort of plate built doors that they open.
If you bought 2, would you be able to just put them back to back?
No, you'd have to do a little modification because they've got like some of the the knob things are sticking out, and some of the bricks stick out like that. But that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind the building challenge of constructing the backside of the temple. I'd probably put some hinge plates in there so you could sort of hinge it open if you wanted to. That'd be fun, you know.
You know what it reminds me of? Remember that episode of Star Trek with the lady would come in and say, "I'm for Sulu," or "I'm for whatever," but then she would disappear. She would turn sideways and into a line and then dimension out or whatever. That's what that looks like. It goes thin and then it's going to disappear. So that's what that looks like.
I only wish your mom would turn sideways and go thin.
Dana's back.
He's making up for lost time tonight.
Yes.
I'm trying.
With your mom.
But yeah, it's a very pretty set. I would definitely go for another copy of it if I can find it on an appropriate sale. So
Love that it has the lantern design on the front of it, just like the original 90s ninja sets, using the Travis brick and the 2 dishes or whatever. Yeah.
It's a streamer.
I just want to say that I found your mom on sale.
Jeez.
Sorry. I mean,
Thanks,
you put it out there. You put it out there.
Your mom put it out. Anyway.
Oh, there we go.
That's what I'm drinking.
Honoring her competitors' coupons. It's just not a functional business model.
Oh,
going back to the Blacktron set for a second. This is disgraceful, Lego. Just give us a trans red wing. This
You know what? I heard people bitch about that, but I actually think they look more like solar panels that way. But I know.
I don't care.
Or they could have given us a quarter triangle tile.
Trans red wing and still put these on it, and it would have been even more trans red and cool looking.
Well, now there is
a corner tile would have been great. Corner tiles and then some
corner tile.
Yeah.
But yeah, any old how. I got to hang out with Small Paul today, so that was good. He had a school orientation, and we had some lunch. We got some burgers. We went to Target for a few minutes. We hung out in the Nerf aisle for a minute. We thought about Captain Xavier. We appreciated some Nerf guns. We didn't purchase any, but we appreciated some.
Mm.
And Target is awful because they don't put nothing on sale. They still had Zane's Titan mechs for $66.
Oh,
It's
those
like,
are going to be on regular price for like forever, even though they were on clearance at Walmart and Target for like a year, and now they still have them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, although I did see, I went on Target's website, and the motorcycle that looks like the Unitron, the Omnitron guys or whatever, you can get that motorcycle with the one dude on it, and it's like $5. It's from, it's been 10, it's been 7, but online you can get it from Target for $5.
And you know what's funny is I've also been noticing that Target won't show that it's on sale, but yet if you go on the app, it's on sale if you order it online. So it's really they're playing some hinky games. Yeah,
They will match the price. Yes,
no,
they will.
but you can go online, order it, and pick it up on your way out.
Yeah, right.
And
know,
sometimes you
on
can't see the
sale.
sale price if you put it in your cart.
Right.
But they'll always match the price. I like that though.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I also noticed that sometimes like it'll have a clearance sticker, but when you get up to the register, the clearance sticker actually says it's even less than what it was. I had that happen.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, there's some folks talking about the Blacktron build. I like the build. I'm in agreement though. The middle section is a little geefy for me. So it looks better when you pop that middle section out. I don't know. There's those wings, the little covers for the cargo will pop off after you goof around with them a little bit. So
again, things are coming apart in your hands, is what you're saying. Or so it's just coming off in your hands or something like that.
I don't know what that means. Talking about the guy, the stunt guy with the kind of spacey looking guy. All right, he's back with us. He's dropped 77 mom jokes already, just to catch up. Mr. Zool, how are you, sir?
I am doing well-ish, I will say. I would say well-ish. I have probably had way more Lego going on in the last month than I won't even try to think about catching up. And a lot of the things that I would show you are in the basement for something that I may or may not do with them, depending on the time, because it's been weird here. We lost a cat at the beginning of July, and so it's been very somber here in the Knutson household. However, Brick Huntress, Kate, if you know her, does lots of big mosaics, and she also does some fun build challenges. And so she's actually going to start. August is Let's Build Monochrome. So starting tomorrow, we'll be monochrome building. And I actually am already started, because you can see all these white pieces back here. I am doing a white monochrome build, and I have something to share. And there will be internet extra points if you can tell me where the reference, and there's a specific reference, and I'm looking at you, Classic Space fans, of where this got its inspiration from. Here we go.
The original space?
No.
Asteroid.
Yeah, Asteroids game.
Yeah.
That's one of the control panels.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Extra points for Jeff Van Winden. It's one of the control panels in the 10497. I have made it a big computer screen, and it actually says space in Morse code on both sides, which I thought was a fun little ad.
Fancy.
And then, so this will be a portion of the habitat. I'm actually doing, I started long ago when I started doing those Maxi monochrome figures. And so now I'm going to do the white space Maxi monochrome figure. And so this is part of his habitat, which will actually be 28 by 28 by 28 studs bricks high. So it's going to be big. It's going to be big. So I'm going to have updates for that as we get through the next couple weeks.
Cool.
That's all I
Sorry,
have.
while you were talking about that, I'll show you something really cool. The new part here, and our friend who likes UV light, Jason, is not here, but I'll show you that in just a second. Anyway, anything else you got to share with us?
I'm sure that there's like 1,000 things, but it's all a blur at this point in time. Oh, I did, as I showed, I did get the Bunchi, which is cute. It's cool. I have stiff joints, so I don't know what to call about that, but I do love his little roller skates with the jets on the back.
Those are awesome.
He's just cute. He's just cool. He's very
those leg
approachable.
joints, that new part and that new thing that's where I've got some loose joints because they have him on the arm on the
Oh, for
claw
Z-Bob,
guy.
yeah, right, like this thing here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
No,
so it's loose.
these are pretty stiff. They're good joints so far, so I like it. But yeah, I'm excited for all these sets. I know that they officially come out tomorrow. I know Costco has had the Treehouse already in some places for like $20 off, which I want to get. But yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to wind up with. If I don't wind up with all of them, I'll probably wind up with most of them because they look cool. They look fun.
Yeah, I agree. I want the whole series if I can find a way to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I
So
agree
in
as
that
well.
series, I was just messing with this with the UV light, which is not going to show up on screen, but you'll see this is all glowy.
Yeah.
But when you shine the light on it, you can kind of see that in the middle there that gets darker.
Yeah.
Actually does not reflect, so it gets like really dark in the middle. So that's actually kind of cool. It's injected with some blue or something deep in there. So when you highlight it, yeah, you can kind of see it. It's a lot better in person, but that's a really cool effect.
just turn off all your lights in the basement, or
But you know what's interesting is that the yellow one, it's also got a denser core as well.
Yeah, you need to check it with the UV light and see what happens. It's kind of cool. Pretty neat.
Mine's in the basement. I'll check it later.
But I mean, I kind of like this. I like this piece, but then it's a little too smooth around the edges or something. I don't know. It needs a little more detail, I think, but it's cool.
Well, I think it kind of gives that. Well, I mean, if they warbled it, it maybe look flamier more. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I disagree. I like it. I think it's good.
I don't unlike it. It's just not like in my super. But the
You're being
gun
critical of
and
what you're
the gun for the dude is pretty darn cool.
That is cool.
But his arm gets all floppy. He won't hold it up. So, but anyway, pretty neat.
It happens.
It does. At a certain age. Anyway.
I'm just curious why nobody took the your mom has loose joints.
I thought I didn't want to do an overkill. I needed somebody to chime in. So thank you, Rich, for validating that there was a loose joint mom joke in there.
Now that you've done that, he's going to go back to it.
He does keep his black light in the basement. So yeah.
My black light's in the basement. Well, when you're dealing with dead bodies or blood and stuff like that, it's gotta have a black light. So
Lego builder by night, day crime solver by night. That's
exactly.
That's their day.
Looks like a Jackson Pollock painting down there. What can I say?
If it can get
All
more
I gotta
awkward,
say is that
I got that reference.
Way to
All
go,
right,
Captain America.
Rich is showing. What was that?
Queasy kitty.
Pukey kitty.
Queasy kitty.
Mm. All right, so no one's going to Brick World. I mean, Brick Fair and everything. What is the next show? Next show for me is Atlanta. Where's everybody else going?
Atlanta.
I should be able to make it this year for Atlanta.
You are not going to make it
2
to
weeks,
Atlanta.
baby. Salt Lake City. I'm going.
You going to Brick Slopes?
Yeah, I was taping up the mosaic and boxing it up. It's going to probably get mailed tomorrow.
Nice. Who are you shipping it to? Directly to Cody?
Cody's house. He works from home. So he's like, yeah, I can, because it's going to be insured for sure. And someone has to sign for it for going to be insured for. So I'm like, he's like, yep, I'll be home. He's like, I can sign for it. So. Excellent. And then when I land, I can just go to Home Depot and get some poles.
Yeah, remember to
And some
take them
cement block.
back when you're done.
Yes. Yeah, there was a whole conversation with Jeff. We weren't here, but so we talked about that already. But
Did anybody also confirm or talk to you about leaving the cinder blocks as well?
well, those were a gift.
Oh, I don't think the convention center was happy with your gift.
Okay.
Just pointing that out.
Really,
Because I didn't think about taking the cinder blocks back. I figured you had some plan for them. So,
Well, you didn't have the bill for the cinder blocks either.
which we also found out because one of the poles that I had tried to return, or two of the poles I tried to return, which were actually your poles,
yeah,
I couldn't return because they weren't on my receipt. So
They were different size.
They were too small. Just saying.
That's what she said. All right,
She said.
I got that into my system. I'm going to Brick-a-Many in September, end of September in Quebec, to go hang out with David Sincere and David Cowdice as well.
Coitus.
Coitus, yeah. So, and then after that, I'll be Atlanta with the castle.
Castle.
And by the time he gets here, the guest bed will no longer be covered with Lego because my parents are coming before Jeff shows.
There was almost a blacklight joke there.
Oh, no, there wasn't.
Oh yeah, and Jeff Brundage too.
Yeah.
I would be going to Bricks Cascade, BrickCon. I would be going to BrickCon in Seattle, but I will be in the woods in Oregon hunting people for sport.
Sounds like a movie topic.
I believe it's actually been several movies, but yes.
Or just
You
a new
give them a
version.
head
of Lego
start. Is
Convention.
it that kind of thing?
Say that again.
What was it, Jeff?
Oh no, I just said another version of a Lego convention, but
Do you give your prey a head start? Is it that kind of thing, or is it,
Well, they get to be armed too. It just isn't going to help.
nice.
As they will be bringing a sword to a minigun fight.
They chose poorly.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you haven't seen it, Mark and I were on a video for Atlanta Brick Co. talking about our favorite classic space sets, which Mark it went out this week. It went into like subscribers early, and then it went out like Saturday. I think it did. So if you haven't seen that, it's pretty cool. Mark controversially calls the Robot Command Center one of his top 3. And
I agree.
It caused the consternation.
Constipation.
That too.
I really wish I had been able to go there and do that with you guys because I think it would have been very entertaining. I need to watch it still, but
Same.
What's it on? Where's it on? Where can I find it?
It's on Atlanta Brick Company.
Atlanta Brick Company,
Yeah.
their YouTube channel. Probably the last video they've got up there. So,
Because I would have definitely tried to lobby for them to have another show where we could talk about other things other than classic space, like Explorians and UFO and insectoids.
that, by the way, that little Explorian set, I don't remember that little set. Just the poly bag. I don't remember him.
And what's funny is that this set isn't even available for anybody doesn't even have it for sale on Bricklink. And the instructions I had to order from France, but yet it said it was a poly bag and it was distributed all over the place. So I don't know, but I got him. And by Rich's definition, I will actually technically have it when the instructions show up.
Yes, absolutely.
That
That's
means
a
I'm gonna
fact,
know.
Jack.
That's a fact, Jack.
The tangibility argument all over again. So
I like to repeat. I like to have running jokes, so it's good.
What's the set number? Yeah.
That particular set number, off the top of my head, I do not remember. It's a 6/8 something. I know that,
If you had the instructions, you could have just looked at them.
but unfortunately, I don't. Hang on.
and in printing this printing, so I got my multi-core magnetizer, but it did not come with the original instructions. It came with a copy of the instructions. So therefore, I don't own the Megacore magnetizer. Is that what you're saying?
That's what.
Yeah,
That's
you have
what.
a copy of it, but not the real thing. Them's the rules.
Is it an official Lego copy or is it a copy?
It is printed out 10 years ago from the internet, but all the parts are original.
I would have to call a flag on that one.
Do you have it digitally downloaded on your computer?
I can.
You have a watermark on it?
So that set number was 1858, by the way.
1858.
So not 6. Got it.
It was not a 6/8. I forgot that polybags often went with a lower number for whatever reason. I don't know why they did that.
1858. And if you look at the pricing on some of the Explorian bots, there's one on Bricklink. He's like a normal Explorian bot. He just has a trans green
Stud,
dot on his head, and he costs more than the other ones.
which is stupid.
It's extremely stupid, unless you don't have the instructions for it, and it must be something. Blah, blah, blah. But
No, you're exactly right because, and actually, even to part that robot out, other than the fact that you don't find the piece, like any one seller doesn't have all the pieces to part them together, so it's actually cheaper to buy them in pieces than to buy them complete. But yeah, it's weird.
well, his legs and everything, it's all the normal robot torso. He's just got a dot on his head, right?
Exactly. And you would think that because the dot one came in the base, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
No,
Yeah.
it came in
I mean, you would
big
figure the
kit.
clear helmet would be more expensive.
Right. And I that's the one thing I was disappointed with the Explorian's droid is that they didn't give him a clear helmet like they did with Spyrius. So
Well, yeah, Rich. What about the box? What about it being sealed?
What about the
What about
receipt from
that?
the store?
If it's sealed, then it's Schrodinger's cat or Schrodinger's instructions. Are they in there or not?
is it really the set or not?
Is it really a set or not? You don't know until you open it, and then the value goes down.
But your enjoyment goes up. And that's
Yeah,
not even
okay.
If
It's
it's
a fair
not-
trade.
If it's an old set, you can just lift the flap and see that it's a set. So
You see if it's a boy or a girl.
you might not be able to
So-
see if the instructions are in there though.
I do miss the flap. I do miss the
Yeah.
flap.
I must
Mom.
A small box like a Megacore magnetizer, that's you have to pop that sucker open to find out.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
think
your mom.
wasn't like
Come to think of it.
Futuron the last space sets that had the flip boxes?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's not true. That's not
look
true.
what I have.
The,
I have
You
two
have my
copies-
set.
I have 2 copies of the instructions, I think.
I think UFO actually, or no, the Insectoids had a flip up box.
Did
One
they
of them
have-
had a flip up box.
Okay. Well, then that was in the late 90s.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. I didn't realize
The big one, the big like grasshopper thing, I think had a flip up box.
Yeah, that one did. I know for a fact that one did.
Which is
You know,
interesting. that you say that it's
everybody
a
complains
grasshopper.
about. No, go ahead. What?
Are you talking about the one that has the big wheels in the back? Which is actually, it's not a grasshopper. It's actually a dragonfly without wings because the name of the set is a reference to a dragonfly. It's the weird things you find out. The weird things you find out. And as Dave is saying, Irk or Ick, I actually have a much bigger appreciation for the Explorians, Insectoids, and even UFO. The more I build some of these older sets that I've never had exposure to, I find little gems and little things to love about them. So they may be the redheaded stepchildren to classic space fans, but I love them. I like them.
It had so much potential. I wanted to do cool saucer ships and things, and then it had that weird panel thing on the inside. You're like, what am I going to do with this now?
Well, if the
How do I-
insectoid legs had bent
How-
or moved, that would have been really cool. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that would have
right.
added a
That
lot.
would have been cool. Insectoids with quick hinges. That would have been all right.
Well, even like the set you're referring to as the grasshopper, old call, the wheels were cool and the hinge, the little springs were neat, but then the tail section prevented it from doing what you would want to do with it. So it's kind of like
Your mic just went out there, dude.
Yeah. We're hearing you from the background, but that's all right. I know what you're saying.
My mic's back to phone.
And for the record, or for the conversation of keeping the instructions or getting rid of them, that Magnacore magnetizer instructions that you have, Captain, it's used $45 on Bricklink. So there's a good reason to get rid of it because you could buy a Lego set with that and download the instructions for free off the internet.
You could
Because-
send it to me, and then Rich would think I have
How
a set.
will I taunt people with it?
This is true.
All I
It's
know
totally
is that
different.
there's anywhere from a $20 to $100 difference if you're selling a set. If you buy the $5 to $10 instruction set to go with all the parts.
But what if you're planning on selling
Rich,
it to begin with?
Here's my question, Rich. So if I buy a set and I throw the instructions away, I should have thrown the bricks away too.
Might as well.
Don't do that.
No, but you can't claim that you have the set. You have no tangible proof that that's
What if I
the
kept
set.
my receipt? What if I kept my receipt, dog?
Does the receipt have the instructions written on them?
Physically
Depends on where you bought it from, because sometimes the receipt would reflect the set, but some of them wouldn't.
So here's my whole take on this ongoing battle that will never satisfy Rich in any way or form. Is that if you have the set, you have the set. It's when you try to go to sell it, you're not going to be able to sell it for as much if you don't have the instructions. That's really the only way it comes into play.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than that, it's just a philosophical question.
Exactly.
At the same time-
Show instructions.
Like if I buy a
It will
set,
go on sale
It has all
eventually
the
when I
parts
get
to
the rest
build
of the parts.
But I have
And it'll be quite lucrative with the instructions there.
or like if I buy a set that has all the parts for a smaller set inside it, have I bought both sets?
Oh no, here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a
That's
bird
a
right
good
there.
question. Yeah.
So while I don't agree with Rich on the if you have instructions, you only own the set if you have the instructions, I do agree with his theory because I sell my instructions, and right now I have a $500 Cafe Corner book, a brand new instruction book in my store. And come on, $500 for like what 80, 90, 100 pages worth of paper. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And somebody
Look.
somewhere eventually will buy it. So
Someday I'm gonna die, and somebody's gonna want to come into my Lego cornucopia, and they're gonna pull an instruction set down, and they're gonna build a set and walk off with big money for my wife if she's still alive, or my kids. I don't know, or my grandkids. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be worth more having the instructions. I mean, somebody could come in and just buy everything.
We're not arguing that. We're arguing the fact that if we own it or not with the set with or without the instructions.
I tell you what, Rich, I will write a check for you. I will write a check to you when you die for $1 million. I will put that check in your casket and bury it with you and take your Lego home, and we'll be even Stevens.
No, you'll never be able to catch.
I was just kidding. A little copper coin or something like that.
You guys were talking about it when we talked about the flip box going to. I can remember still going to KB Toys and stuff as a kid and all the toy stores, and everybody complains about Lego with specialty pieces. That's why you flip that flap open to see the new parts.
mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, that part, I've never seen that part before. And that was our new elementary back in the day, was the flip boxes, right? Because that was the best.
New part or printed part. New printed part. You know, that was the bomb. It's like, I need 5 of those.
Yeah.
They only come in this one set that's $100. Are you crazy?
Yes.
Yep.
Mark's got the wait. Let's just go ahead. Go ahead. He's flexing. Super flex right here.
He does have a nice box.
The monorail. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
got a nice
beautiful.
box.
Goodness gracious, great boss of
You
fire.
got a nice box, Mark. And the
And it
back
had
end
all
has
models.
that either.
Showing that ass.
Yeah, the only one I have that still has the flip lid is not that impressive.
Mm.
I've got a couple of old Forestman sets that have flipped up.
I still have my my
There's-
solar
there-
power transport box.
The argument really comes from people who have bought a set from, say, a Bricklinker, and the idea is that the guy just cobbled it together from other parts without any kind of full claim that it is exactly the set that they acquired from retail or another person.
You can't
another
ever say that if you
buyer.
have. You can't ever say that if you've ever had your collection like in a display like unsorted or sorted. You can't ever say that every single piece came from that set,
Yeah.
right?
Is
Unless you've
this
never.
is this the ship of Theseus theory for Lego? You know,
Yeah.
the ship of
Yes,
Theseus was
absolutely.
replaced.
What happens?
Now you
There you
can.
go, dummy.
What about all
The only
the
thing that you can do is ensure that you have the correct mold, because sometimes the molds change, and the people who don't know will cobble stuff together, and you know it's wrong.
Well, I got
You know it's wrong.
I got to set up Bricklink the other day. It
pieces?
came with the instructions, and everything was cool, except for one of the pieces was a Mega Block piece. And the guy came back and said that, well, you know, there's so many things, it's hard to keep track of all this. And I'm like, dude, it took me like 2 seconds to realize this piece was a Mega Block. But again,
the wrong shade of light gray.
Actually, it was a white tile of all things.
No.
But it made me
Yeah,
laugh
you can
because
tell it's wrong.
I can replace this. This is not a big deal. It wasn't worth making an issue out of it. And you know, it was a $20 set from, you know, that I got for $15. That was like, you know, 25 years old. So I'm not, you know, it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I mean, now that I've had to replace that part, it's cobbled together because I can't say that particular 2x2 tile is from 25 years ago. But do I still have the set? Absolutely. So,
I agree.
Yeah, but no, you don't have the instructions. So
no, I do have the instructions for that one. That one did.
Yeah, instructions.
And it actually came with a piece of the box. They actually had I didn't even realize it was part of the listing that the front of the little box came with it too. You know, no sides to it, but hey, I was like, that's a bonus.
Nice.
yeah,
I find that when I'm going to reassemble a set, that I have to make sure that some of the clips are right. Like
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah.
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 Clips and headlight holders. Those are
Yep.
the 1x1 clip with the round ring on the side. The ring. Those
Yeah.
are two different sizes. Yeah.
Those have
Because
changed
the
a
old
lot.
school
Which is
ones are
really
thin.
cool,
Yep.
really thin.
And some people don't
Versus
realize that
the-
there are 4 different styles of side clips. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
And actually, the 2x2 plate with the bar that comes out as an L, there are 2 different versions of that as well.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
bite you.
ones that will work that you can slide a plate between and ones you can't.
And when it comes to building the little jails on the Space Police
Space Police.
sets, that will bite you when you don't realize.
Yeah, I bought a Space Police set from like Italy or something, and it had the wrong bar parts and it wouldn't fit, and I was completely baffled for a little while, and then eventually figured,
Yep.
what a cronk.
Yeah.
Or the rigging, the pirate set rigging, that comes in 2 different lengths, and Bricklink does not acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really, Moto? Come on.
No,
Yeah.
have you felt the new Black Technic pins? They're like waxy and it's weird. So
It is.
They also come
Well,
on
and then
natural
you have
colors.
the rocket, the mobile rocket base, and those pins. They're oddball for that set. So
Yeah.
Really?
are you talking about the mobile rocket transport?
Yep.
With the black axle pins? Yeah. Those aren't cheap.
no,
Only set, I believe that it's one of the very few sets, if not it's not the only set, but it's one of the few sets that they came in black.
Yep. And I'm sure there are some in these bins over here that are not sorted correctly. Am I digging for them? No.
No.
So
Because you will go blind looking through Black Technic pins.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I have been doing is that while my wife and I are watching TV, I've been finishing my summer sort like Matthew, and I'm down to reddish brown and black, and I've been leaving. Black always winds up being the last color I sort because I swear after that I really need to get my eyes checked because I will have serious eye strain from doing that.
So I just want to say that my wife informed me that I have to pick up my one of 2 lug bolt tomorrow. So I
About
think it's
time.
another small. I think it's another small child's worth of masonry brick.
What color?
Oh, it's it's one of the new ones.
White or
The
medium nougat, dark orange?
Coral.
Dark
No
green.
coral masonry bricks yet.
Did you say
I'm just imagining.
no, I think I got light gray and dark gray because I'm low on them.
Did you say small child's amount of masonry brick by any chance?
Yeah. Something like that.
I think I think I need a stroll or a bassinet to move this around the
You can
house.
use the one you used for the
I'm
car.
bringing a wagon. So that'll work.
5,000, baby. 5,000.
Jeez.
Now the question is, will he actually use them in a project, or will they sit there for 3 years until he realizes, oh, I could use these for something?
3 years.
No, there's a project. There's a project in mind when I ordered them. Now, when I will get around to using them is a totally different question, but there is a project.
Cool.
There we have.
Yeah.
So
There's always a project lined up. You know, I got not quite a small child's worth of the medium nougat, and I'm going through them pretty quick for the Birch Books modification. But when I got the dark brown, the reddish brown, that took quite a bit for Sesame Street, Mr. Hooper store modular mod. And it
Did
looks
you guys
lovely.
talk about the fact that the Pick-a-Brick selection on the walls has we are in like a new Renaissance era of Pick-a-Brick again?
Only if
have
you
it.
find them.
What's that?
So you didn't watch the old shows? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't watch the old shows, and there's a reason why. It's the same reason I don't like to go to plays, because if I go to a play, it just makes me feel depressed because I'm not acting and doing a play. So the reason I don't watch old shows is because I get frustrated and depressed because I would have said this if I was there, and so I just don't do that to myself.
Thank
All right,
you.
let's kill this.
The 1x3 bar with 2 clips on the end in dark gray. That's something I want to get a few of. I don't have any of those.
I was going to put you together a little care package. Maybe I'll throw some of those in there for you.
That would be good. That would be fantastic. Here.
All right, I think I've lost my steam. I'm done.
Okay. Well, we are at 7 minutes after the hour, so it is time for us to wind down. So thank you for being here today. Thanks for hanging out. Rich, enjoy Brick Fair, Virginia. That is old stomping ground home show for a few of us here, our first show in that area. So so I will FOMO a little bit over that as well. But we look forward to a report. I hope. Do you think Christina might show up? Tell her hello if she does. Sometimes she floats through there, so tell her we said hello. Everybody have a great night. Do what? Somebody said
I
something.
was going to say she hasn't floated through for a couple years now.
Okay.
So, we'll see. But if she does, I will say that you all miss her.
Cool. That'd be awesome. All right, everybody, be awesome and build awesome. Good night, everybody.